I mentioned that the Dolphins got spanked yesterday. This stood out. Here's a quote from the commissioner. The investigators found tampering violations of unprecedented scope and severity. Impermissible communications with Tom Brady and Sean Payton. By the way, Tom Brady turning 45 today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And I mentioned this a couple of minutes ago. When you think about tampering, we tend to kind of laugh it off and go, oh, somebody reached out before you were allowed to. Like the Knicks reaching out to Jalen Brunson of the Mavericks. Like, oh, okay, not a big deal. The Miami Dolphins reached out to Tom Brady and his agent in 2019. So you're laying groundwork in 2019. You're still with the Patriots. And then he goes to Tampa. You're still reaching out to him. You're not allowed to. Ownership, reaching out. Then there's supposed to be a meeting on his yacht, and Brian Flores, the Dolphins head coach, goes, no, I can't be part of this. He's the only grown-up in the room. This is his first job. And then we find out that the owner, aside from trying to get Sean Payton to leave the Saints and Tom Brady to leave the Patriots and then the Buccaneers, kind of talks about, hey, let's sort of tank games without saying let's tank games. I mean, he lost a first-round draft pick, then he lost a third-round draft pick, and maybe another first-round draft pick, and he can't be with the team until, November? He lives in New York, and he's fined $1.5 million. This guy should be, well, if we know that they tanked games, because he kept saying, hey, we got to get high draft picks. He was desperate to get Joe Burrow. These are semantics. Our priority is not winning ball games. It was all about draft position. Okay, I'm not saying you threw a game. I'm saying you tanked. You're tanking. You want your coach to maybe not put the best product out there. Hey, how about we put in some guys to... Remember Mark Cuban? Mark Cuban got fined by the NBA when he came on our show, and he said, hey, we're not tanking. We're doing everything we can to lose by putting in our backups. So, different lineup. I think sometimes when you think about, you're going to throw a game, it's, hey, I'm going to miss a block, I'm going to drop a ball, whatever it might be. This is front office tanking. And that's what the Dolphins did. And I think Brian Flores was right. That he was incentivized to lose. Now they can say, well, no, he didn't. He was joking when he said $100,000. Like, okay, really? I'm joking. How are you joking? I'm guessing that you say, you know what, Brian, it's probably good for your career if you maybe lose some games. We get some draft picks here. I don't know. What's it going to take, 100,000? I'm joking. I can't tell you the number of times that when I was trying to ask a girl out on the date, I ended up saying, I'm just joking, when she said no. Yeah.
We're I'm just kidding. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. It's going to ruin our friendship if we start dating.
I'm just kidding.
I just wanted to find out what you were doing this weekend.
Yeah.
I didn't say I wanted to do something with you.
Yeah, get out of here.
Can't cross that line.
Come
Us?
on.
What? No.
We're friends.
I was kidding, too. You're crazy.
Yeah. If I'm the commissioner, because Sean Payton quit the Saints to take the Dolphins job. Now, he eventually said, I'm going to go into broadcasting for a year. Mike McCarthy, keep an eye on that. And then Tom Brady decides he's going to go play for the Dolphins. He's going to leave Tampa. But also, if you factor in, this affected two franchises. It affected Bruce Arians. If Tom Brady goes to Miami, Bruce Arians still head coach, did Tom leave the Patriots thinking he was going to go to the Dolphins initially, and then he went to Tampa. I was told that Giselle wanted to go to Miami. It makes sense here, folks. And then if you promise him ownership, yeah, see.
But what I don't understand about this, so this was all against the rules, tampering, right?
Yeah.
But we're supposed to expect that Tom Brady didn't talk to anybody in Tampa before leaving the Patriots?
Well, he might have, but we know this happened.
Yeah, but my point is that it must happen all the time. People must talk to each other all the time.
Okay, for 3 years? So they tampered for 3 years. Who knows how long they tampered with Sean Payton? Sean Payton left the Saints.
Everybody knew Tom Brady was leaving the Patriots.
But nobody knew Sean Payton was stepping down from the Saints. That surprised everybody. It's like, what's he going to do? And then we knew that he was going to coach the Dolphins, and then all of a sudden he didn't get to, and now he's going to be a broadcaster for a year. I wouldn't let Tom Brady or Sean Payton, if I'm the commissioner, be a part of the Dolphins organization for at least 3 years. They're not punished at all here. They have the same agent, by the way. Sean Payton and Tom Brady do. I mean, the NFL has to do something to say, even to the agent, Don Yee, like, you can't be doing this. We know that you did this. We can't allow you to be doing this. There's windows if you want to talk to people, but this is a 3-year period, and then you get Sean Payton to quit the Saints. I wouldn't let Tom Brady or Sean Payton be involved with the Dolphins organization for at least 3 years. How about that? Anybody have a problem with maybe punishing them for their role in this? Seton?
It feels like it's a whole big bunch of not a big deal to me.
Well, ask Saints fans. They enticed him to go to the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's how
He
people
left
get
the
hired.
Saints.
Yeah.
He was still under contract with them.
Okay.
Well, then why have it? Why have tampering?
Because it feels like selective enforcement.
Well, no, we know this happened.
No, I understand that. And I think that we know that it probably happens all the time. People talk to each other.
Okay, but if I don't enforce the speed limit, then you're not going to adhere to anything. So why have tampering charges if you're not going to enforce tampering charges?
But then why the speed limit is almost a great example, because why is it selectively enforced then? Everybody speeds, but sometimes you get a ticket and you're like, this sucks. Why'd I get a ticket this time when everybody's speeding?
Well, that's what happened here with the Miami Dolphins. Selective tampering.
Unprecedented level of...
But it says
okay,
unprecedented scope and severity. That's not just tampering where you go, hey, Jalen Brunson, your dad's been hired. Do you want to come play for your dad? Okay. That's not what we're talking about here. Tom Brady was going to leave the Patriots and go to the Dolphins. Sean Payton was going to leave the Saints to go to the Dolphins. Well, it's a bigger deal to me. Because why have it if you're not going to enforce it? And the tanking part of this, too.
that's the biggest bunch of BS.
Do I think that owner wanted Brian Flores to lose games? The answer is absolutely, positively yes. Absolutely.
It's very clear. Like even the report from the NFL says, yes, he did want that. He just didn't promise $100,000. That's the problem.
So what did he promise? Hey, you want to keep your job? We got to get draft picks here. Because we get those draft picks, and then Sean Payton comes in and takes over, and we're going to go to the Super Bowl with him and Tom Brady. Yeah, Paul.
In the ruling from the NFL, this is not an opinion, this is the ruling. On a number of occasions during the 2019 season, Mr. Ross, the owner, expressed his belief that the Dolphins' position in the upcoming draft should take priority over the team's win-loss record. These comments were made most frequently to the team president, CEO, general manager, senior vice president, and Coach Flores. So these were confirmed by 4 different people. That is tanking, exactly tanking.
I know.
It's weird because they exonerate him in the previous paragraph where it says the Dolphins did not intentionally lose games during the 2019 season. That's semantics.
It's like against the wishes of their owner, they didn't do it. I mean, that's what's implied in the sentence.
We discussed it at the time. At the end of the 2019 season, the They just got smoked 2 games in a row, the Dolphins. They won in overtime against the Bengals, and they won at the buzzer against the Patriots to drop them 3 spots in the draft. They cost themselves 3 or 4 draft spots in the last 2 weeks of the 2019 season by winning those 2 games.
Yeah. Man, did he want Joe Burrow. He wanted Joe Burrow. And then a guy who's not in South Florida, he's a real estate guy in New York. That's how he made all of his money. And you're going to say, you got to stay in New York and we're going to fine you $1.5 million. Yes, Tom.
If this financial incentive was offered in jest, couldn't Brian Flores in jest say, you make it $200 a game and you got yourself a deal? Then what would have happened?
I don't know.
Brian Flores would be suspended for
probably. Yes. Tried to tamper with somebody who was trying to tank or something like that.
Yeah, somehow it would have been his fault.
Yes, yeah, Paul.
If the Dolphins lost those last 2 games of the season, they would have gotten the number 1 pick of the draft by a half a game over the Cincinnati Bengals and would have been in position to take Joe Burrow by 1/2 of 1 game.
But wait, did they want Tom Brady or did they want Joe Burrow?
I think they
wanted both of them?
I don't know if they wanted both, but I know that he wanted Joe Burrow. I don't know if they knew they weren't getting Tom Brady and he wanted Joe Burrow. I mean, I don't know the timeline there. I just know leading up to the draft, he really, really wanted Joe Burrow. Didn't want to.
They were going to give Tom Brady ownership, but really wanted Joe Burrow?
Well, you can still have ownership. How long is he going to play? So you don't think that they were interested in Tom Brady and Joe Burrow?
I'm just trying to figure out which one they were willing to risk their whole franchise through scandal over. Because right now we're saying it's both of them.
Well, let's put it this way. They tried for both, and they got neither. So
that's the Dolphins.
Yeah, congratulations. And that's a franchise, when you think Dolphins, you still think Dan Marino. And Don Shula. Isn't that sad? Like you go, how about them Dolphins, man? Who's your favorite Dolphin? It's still Dan Marino. Yes, Marv.
I went to a Patriots game maybe about 3 years ago, and all the Dolphins fans, number 13, Dan Marino jerseys. Like, oh, you guys know Jay Fiedler jerseys? Oh, okay.
You got Chad Pennington? Yeah, Paul.
I'm with you guys. I hate football fans and franchises who live in the past and base all their memories of a team and a franchise off of games.
1 year.
I hate those kind of guys.
The 85 Bears. Hey, talk about the 85 Bears.
Just call myself out.
Jim McMahon. Willie Gold.
Willie Gault, man. He was.
Yes.
Maybe the real tanking scandal is Tom Brady deliberately losing the game to Miami to then push their draft position back so that now they want him even more. That's Weeks, our cameraman, going conspiracy theory on us. Yeah, I like it.